What is up, Hit Seekers? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I am Jake Rouse here from the Hit Seekers studio in Greater Cincinnati. I got upgraded from my loop studio to the real studio where all the fun breaks happen. But really excited to be here tonight for a few brief minutes. Got about a half an hour to spend with everybody before we head over to Loop to break this incredible, great rookie chase on the Loop platform. So, what are we doing today, and why did we decide to go live? Well, I'm sure many of you saw, judging by my private messages, emails, everything going on today with respect to PSA's sudden and immediate shutdown. Hi, Jeff. How are you, man? So, what does it mean? What does it mean for the hobby? What does it mean for hit seekers? What do we know about this? I wanted to kind of come right off the bat and say, okay, if you're unfamiliar with the announcement was pretty simple. They had just recently sold the company, took the company private, and I had heard this. In fact, I'll share some numbers with you that we saw with our group subs. But essentially, what PSA, when the price increase leaked, everyone rushed to get their orders in, and they received more cards in the week leading up to their price increase than they typically receive in 3 months, on top of just the backlog that they have. So they announced yesterday that effective immediately, they were no longer accepting any submission other than express walkthrough, which is $300 a card. So instantly turned off everything. Value service, regular service, without any heads up. And so it's interesting. And it took me a long time to really think about it last night and understand kind of what my thoughts are overall. We had a lot of people reach out and say, are you guys going to start subbing to BGS? Are you going to sub to HGA or SGC? And the answer is no. I believe wholeheartedly in the long-term value of PSA as the market king. And I think that ultimately, hey Chris, how are you? I think that ultimately there's some big things that are going to happen here. So first and foremost, I want to talk briefly about what it means for our cards and everything that I've been, reviewing with everyone, bulk subbing with everyone, walking everybody through the process. I don't know completely. I know that we have 1,400 cards today sitting at PSA between my subs, Hit Seeker subs, anybody else, who helped us work through. Yeah, I agree, Jeff. Thanks, man. I appreciate you being here. We have 1,400 cards sitting at PSA or in transit to PSA. There are probably 300-ish cards that are on their way to PSA that I'm still waiting on word for what is going to happen next. So if those are your specific orders, I will be reaching out to you individually and we'll work through it all. But there's nothing we can do. They're not going to take the cards if they're not in the system yet. And so we will work together to figure out what we need to do. My preference, I believe, is to not hold anyone's cards. So I've got some cards that were going to be shipped out over time and everything. Mainly because in talking to Jared Landers from Gym Mint last night, he and I were going back and forth on Facebook Messenger. There's some belief that it may not just end in July. I mean, their backlog is absurd. And it's not something that you can just hire more people. They've doubled their space. They've added more people. They've done all these things. So anyway, I'll keep everybody in the loop on what's going on with our subs, and we'll talk about those. Couple things that I think are going to be really interesting to watch, okay? My assessment on the overall market has been that consumers want graded cards, period. And now I believe consumers want PSA graded cards because the market pricing would tell us that. But what's going to happen next, right? Because tonight, today is the drop of the biggest basketball release of the year, right? In Prism basketball. And that's largely the value of those boxes are largely being driven by graded card values. It just is. It's a gradable product. I mean, there are 19,000 PSA 10 Zion Williamsons, right? Like, or not PSA 10s, but you get what I'm saying. The populations are high because people grade them, and they know that. Panini knows that. That's why they're driving price up. So, my three things that I'm thinking about with this. Number one, I think so. It is a very, very risky move when it comes to PSA. You're completely turning off sales. But I do think long term for the hobby, I really, really like it. Because at the end of the day, like, if you think that this was just a money grab, they could just keep accepting our cards without any feedback whatsoever into how quickly they get subbed and get returned. And just like the past year and a half, I mean, you just kind of get what you get, right? They're really trying to fix the problem, and I think it's a really unique opportunity. The other thing that I think it does that's really interesting is I think it really is going to exploit all the other grading companies. Because again, I think the underlying fundamentals of the market is that there's a very big interest in buying graded cards. So that doesn't mean Prism's not going to be graded. It doesn't mean that Select Football is not going to be graded. It means that people are going to send them to BGS, CSG, SGC, HGA, all these different companies to get it done. And I mean, if I'm a competitor to PSA right now, I'm scared to death because you just think about the backlog that they're going through. One thing that was interesting in our chats back and forth, and what Jared had pointed out, because he was looking into whether or not he was going to offer bulk sub for other graded providers. The things that he found out, first and foremost, Beckett is further behind than PSA. CSG just announced grading cards 6 weeks ago, and they're already at a 3-month delay. SGC, which is probably the most comparable to PSA right now, announced earlier in the year that by year's end, they'll be able to ship 6,000 cards per day, meaning return graded cards, 6,000 per day. That's 20% of what PSA does. So they're about to get swarmed with inventory. And HGA, the new fun, they call it AI slabs that match the card color you get to pick. Jared mentioned in his chat yesterday that they do fewer cards per week than he does as a bulk subber to PSA. So I think these other companies are going to be in for a whirlwind, and I think it's really going to exploit kind of the inefficiencies in grading while PSA hopefully works through the fundamental changes in their systems. So there's that. The other thing that I'll say is that from my perspective, and I think I've told you guys this time and time again, to me, what brought me back into the hobby was grading. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the idea that you can work really hard, find a card, that card can be purchased for $100 and then graded, and you can instantly 3, 4, 5 extra money and add to your PC and the overall value of your collection. That is really fun for me. So I'm bummed short term. I'm super bummed because I had a stack, of cards ready to go to PSA from 2021 Topps, from some of the bigger pickups that I've been doing, and I'm buying up a lot of football right now because there's not a lot of interest in talk about football, and so I've been really bummed in the short term of what's going to happen. So, but what I will be doing, I'll tell you, the way I'm going to play it, and then we're going to move into the review of some of these graded cards. The way I'm going to play it is I'm going to be buying up raw cards and having them ready to go for the minute bulk sub gets turned back on. It's too much fun, it's too enjoyable. I think you're going to see the value of PSA cards go up because the supply is going to be shut down in the next year, if you will. And I think that's really important. The other thing I'll say is that I also think when they come back, I would not be surprised when they turn on these services again if there's another price increase. Because what I saw, and again, we are a very, very small blip on the radar when it comes to bulk sub. The price increase happened, and there was a lull for about 2 weeks. And then the last 2 weeks of March, we subbed more cards than we did in January and April combined. So, again, it took some time to react to it, but through our bulk sub services and working with everybody, it was really, really interesting. So, with that, I'm going to jump in. Would love to answer questions as we go. Again, I'm on, we're going to run this at about 30 minutes, but I want to show you guys some of the cards that just came back from PSA. This is, again, why we do it. I absolutely love it. We got back 2 submissions. Both went 10-day. Those 10 days were subbed right around December. So they did take about 6 or 7 weeks. And one of them took over 8, which is really unheard of for 10-day at the time. So here's where we go. And some of the bigger cards that we got, I'm pretty excited about. Almost all of them were pooled in this group, which is even cooler. Jeff, your question about if the biggest issue is the number of base cards being sent in for grading, I don't necessarily think that's the biggest issue. I just think it's the number of interest in the hobby. Just demand in general has skyrocketed, and that is a very manual process. And to put it into perspective, when I work with you guys on your orders, I'm spending 5 to 10 minutes per card. Now I'm pretty happy about it because what I've found so far in the 7 or 8 subs that have come back is that I'm accurate to the T of about 96%, meaning my grade that I give you for your card so far has been about 96% accurate, which is I'm pretty proud of. But it takes a long time, and it's very, very manual. So with that, again, feel free to shoot questions over. I'm going to jump into some of these cards that we got back on member subs, and then we're going to move over to the double play and update you on where we sit with that. So first and foremost, we're going to start with my favorite card that we've ever gotten back to sub. Pooled right here in the group. I was so thrilled about this. The 2020 Panini Prism Joe Burrow RPA. It got a PSA 10. I pre-graded this one a 9 actually because I was really afraid there was some back of the card issue, like tiny issue. But numbered to 99. This is a pop 1. It is just truly gorgeous. And yeah, Jeff, this is Jeff's card, and this one of the few cards that's tough for me to ship it back. On that same Burrow train, we got a silver PSA 10, silver Prism PSA 10, which again is a gorgeous card. This was subbed, not pooled in the group, but subbed by one of our members. And just absolutely, really thrilled with how that one turned out. Equally as exciting, you got a couple Justin Herberts. So you got the Panini Prism Draft Picks Orange Pulsar Auto. This one came back a 9, which again, a 9 is still an incredible grade on a card numbered to 20, specifically for Justin Herbert. So I was really happy, happy that we got a 9 on that. In fact, all of our customer grades pretty much came back. Nothing came back below a 9, which I was really happy about. Justin Herbert Mosaic Auto. This one's to 9. This was actually pooled here in the group. One of the first big autos that we hit as we moved into football, and I was really excited for our member for this one. Again, just a beautiful card. I love the mosaic design. I think it's gorgeous, and was really excited to see this one come back as a 9. I'm going to save that one for last. Couple baseball cards. Actually, you know what? We will go to it. Why not? As you guys know, if you followed our grading card reveals, I've mentioned to you guys that I was very passionate about this Tom Brady. I bought it raw back in August of 2020. It looked insanely clean to me when I bought it. Yeah, Dave, I can't wait for you to get it back either. When I bought this thing raw, it was gorgeous. And I subbed it the first time, and it got an 8. And I remember revealing it, talking to you guys, and I was really disappointed about it. We cracked it, and we subbed it again. And it came back a 6. And I was super bummed. I'm like, this card's gorgeous. I mean, again, the top to bottom centering is a little off, but PSA doesn't really care too much about that. So I'm like, this has to be just an unhappy grader. And I sent it back to Jared for the 3rd time, cracked it out of the case again, and in the time that this one got graded, he won his 7th Super Bowl. So I'm really happy with this. It's not getting cracked again. This one's going straight into the PC, so I'm really pumped that we got a 9 on this one. Moving into a couple of baseball hits that we got. Jeff's Byron Laura. We pulled this out of a Bowman mixer for Jeff, and we had talked about this a little bit, and I guess he got injured. But again, gorgeous card, one of the biggest chases, and hopefully he comes back in a really big way, because this is a purple auto out of 250. So again, gorgeous PSA 10, really low pop. Really excited about that one. Again, because we pulled it here in the group. Another submitted card, really excited about this one here for one of our members. Luis Robert Prism Refractor PSA 10. Just a gorgeous, just look at how it shimmers in the light. I love this card. It's amazing. Really nice PSA 10 there. And then this one was really fun. I think you guys know how much I love Allen and Gentner. A&G Chrome Mini Red of Hank Aaron, PSA 9, but it's numbered to 5. 5 of 5. And I absolutely love the minis and how they look in the slabs. I'm buying some up and setting them in just because I want to have them. Oh, okay, Jeff. That makes a lot more sense. Matt, that's a great question. Matthew asked if I think that it's an issue that I submitted a card 3 times and it got 3 different grades. Short answer, definitely shows some of the flaws and the issues. Definitely shows some of the issues, right? It is a very manual process. And, it is what it is. To me, that card looked wildly clean when I bought it. And I just believed that through all of everything I was looking at, sometimes there is pop control. Sometimes there are guys that have bad days. That stuff does happen because it's such a manual process. I don't love it. I don't love that we were able to do it, but I'm happy that it did get a 9, I'll tell you that. Okay, so a couple more just personal cards that I subbed on this bulk order that I was really excited about. So you guys know I PC Joe Burrow. I'm a huge fan of his. Trying to buy up as much as I can just because I think he's the one that can lead the Bengals to their first Super Bowl. So I sold early the Allen and Gentner Mini Autos, and I went out and bought the Allen and Gentner Mini Auto at a 10 black frame. This one I was bummed about. It got an 8. I don't really know how it got an 8, to be honest. It's numbered 9 of 10, so it's a jersey number. And because it's numbered at a 10, I can't resub it because they're now taking pictures, and anything serial numbered is not gonna be able to make that happen. But it's still a cool card, and it's one that I'll keep in the PC for a while. So excited about that one. Derek, mentioned that it's pretty interesting that among the cards we've submitted together, that in early November, December, only 10-day cards have come back. They were in the first reveal here. We also did a bunch of baseball 20-day, thinking they'd be back for the start of the season. I will tell you, Derek, this is one thing that I am pushing really hard with Jared on. So part of this big PSA issue, they've just stopped grading 20 days. Completely stopped. And so I have 45 days that are coming back. Like I have a 20-day out from July still, and it has not moved. And it is incredibly frustrating. And so again, I think we're hoping to see that start to pick up in a really big way. The next one here, again, Joe Burrow, really excited about this one. I bought this because it was a redemption at the time. It was a 2019 or 2020 Panini Immaculate Collection rookie numbered patch auto. And so they've got the rookie number 9. It's numbered to 9 and got an auto. Sent it in to get graded. Was bummed that it didn't 10, but to be honest with you, I was more bummed at Panini about this card. Right? This is a numbered to 9 rookie patch auto. And, you know, I've got another Immaculate Collection RPA that is numbered to like 199, and it's got a 3-color patch. How did they keep just a 1-color patch on a numbered to 9? Like, and you have no say in that when it comes back via redemption. So that one was a bit of a challenge. And then this was a hit and a break that I did over with a different breaker. Sent it off to get graded. Love Allen and Gettner Chrome. It's Pop 1, Nolan Ryan Auto, AG Chrome. So just a neat little card there. So those were the big 10-day subs. Again, some monster cards here. I mean, just incredible value. They'll be going out to everybody really quickly, and we'll get these shipped out in the next day or two. What I will tell you now is I wanted to take just a moment and update everyone on the baseball double play. So we had made a goal of, Ryan card's really special, Derek. It was cool. We made a play, so let's see here. Graded card fun. There we go. All right, we made a play, as we mentioned, that we were going to spend $5,000 before opening day, and our goal was very simple. It's to double up our values. So basically double this up to $10,000 by the end of the season. Ironically, I left $1,000 because I was planning on buying raw, and I was planning on buying raw to turn around and sub and turn around and sell them before the end of the year, and now that can't happen. So we still have about $1,000 we need to spend, and I'm going to get with the Hit Seekers team and talk through it. If you guys have suggestions, certainly would love to hear it. You can see so far we haven't done very well. I'm not worried about that though. We've been buying all over the place, but let me show you the cards briefly, and then I'll run through the numbers, and then we'll go from there. So we bought up. One of the things that I told you guys, I like to buy 2 of everything on purpose. So one thing I have here is we got the Ronald Acuna Jr. Base PSA Chrome. It's just a gorgeous card. I'm a big fan of him long term, and so right now we only have 1 of them, but we will be adding a second. We got the Juan Soto. How could you not have a Soto? 2018 Topps Chrome Update PSA 10. We took a big bet, and we went out and got 2 Wander Franco PSA 10s. He's going to get called up, and when he does, I expect his card to go up 50% plus. So we'll be watching that one closely. We grabbed 2, again, because you can move 1 quickly and still have 1 average costed out to make it work. So I like buying 2 of everything if we can. This one's no surprise, but 2 Fernando Tatis. Big fan of him. Really think there's a big opportunity there for him to have a breakout year, especially with the contract that he just got. And then our biggest play was Mookie Betts. I think the Dodgers have a great shot at winning the World Series again, and so wanted to be able to play that Mookie Betts into it. Now, one thing we did that was unique, and I'm actually really glad that we got it in when we did. We went out and grabbed let's go back to Graded Card Fun. So you can see over here, our average paid. We got most of these cards off eBay, just from a timing perspective. I will tell you, guys, you get much better buys at your local card shops, and I, big advocate for shopping at your local card shops. We were able to buy this Acuna, not have to pay shipping or anything like that, for much below what it was selling for. But we did make one bigger play that I'm really excited to show you guys. So, where is that? Here it is. Okay, so, oh, no, that's not the right one. Where did that go? There it is. Okay. So, you see this card here. So this isn't the actual card. The one we got was numbered 6 of 15. I mentioned to you guys, I really wanted to play the Derek Jeter game. He's getting inducted in the Hall of Fame. There's going to be a ton of eyeballs around him. I was able to buy one of these out of 15 Allen & Gettner Chrome autos. And because I subbed one of these myself, and it got a 10, that was base, I felt confident that this one could probably also get a 10. So we subbed that one. It did get in time on a 10-day sub, so hopefully we have it back in about 5 or 6 weeks. And I'm excited about this one because what we'll do with that is we'll then take that and go 10-day. We'll just run a 10-day auction right around the time that he's getting inducted and see what happens. So overall, we still got some work to do. Got about $1,000 left we need to spend, and we're gonna check in every month together. The good news is we'll be getting cards back, even though we won't be sending cards to PSA for a while. So we'll definitely have plenty of reveals left, but we'll watch this together, and certainly love to chat with you guys about the different opportunities that you guys are seeing. We want to kind of work at the community together and share thoughts on how things are going. So overall, I really just wanted to pop on, let you guys know that we are not sending any more cards from this point, at least until we believe it's July 1st. Could be longer. And then for everybody who has cards out with us, if they're at PSA, you'll be fine. But I'll be reaching out to individuals to let you know what made it to PSA and what didn't based on bulk subs. So we'll work through all that together. Chris asked, any other way to follow the progress other than text messages? Right now, Chris, no. Text messages are the only way to follow. You PM me quite a bit, and I let you know what's going on with them, and I'm more than happy to do that. But Jared is going to spend this time with Jim Ment really revamping his website, which I think is going to be great for all of us. So it'll help really. It'll really help us, work through that. Any other way to follow the progress of the subs? No, Chris. No, it's just text message. All right. Yeah, Dave mentions that he's bummed on 20-day and thinks that that he has a submission with us around the same time. Yeah, the 20-day, Dave, has been the most frustrating thing in the world because as I mentioned, I have one out from July that I went out and bought, 15-ish different Kobe Bryant rookies that were in the, hundreds of dollars at the time, not thousands of dollars, and that they're just not moving. Those subs are not moving, and it's so frustrating. But hopefully we start to see some movement on them together. Derek mentioned that maybe at some point we can discuss a plan to get cards in anticipation of July 1. Derek, 100%. And I think as I learn more, I want to give it 30 days. Give us some time to learn in April what's going to go on. Let me see if we see more orders moving. And let's build a plan for that, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be taking a lot of raw cards and getting them ready to be graded. The other thing I think it's going to do is it's going to be really interesting to see what happens to the pop control of these 2021 rookies. Like 2021 basketball pop for PSA might be really low, and it might be a good opportunity to buy up some raw cards, or selfishly, here's the shameless plug, participate in some breaks where you'll get some of the rookie cards because you'll be able to hold on to them until July 1, August 1. And I think a lot of people are going to take their hits from Prism and move them into HGA, SGC, CGS or CSG, and try to flip them as quick as they can. And I think it's going to present some long-term opportunities because I do believe once we come back, PSA will still be king. So those are just my 2 cents on the overall graded card market. Again, super excited about this. I'll tell you guys, I'm signing off here in the next minute or two without any other questions. But if anybody's interested, we sold out a really awesome baseball break on Loop. We've been, fortunate to be one of the early breakers on that platform and really enjoying it. So if you guys are interested in just watching, we're opening up 5. We're opening up Topps Chrome Jumbo from 2017 through 2020, which is going to be just an awesome, awesome random break tonight. And then at the same time, at 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll go live with Pick Your Team pricing for a 6-box Prism basketball break. Basketball has been really difficult to break in our Facebook community. We love our Facebook community. We want to keep building it. But I think that Luke gives us an opportunity to reach a broader audience together and sell some of these bigger breaks a little bit faster. So that being said, again, really appreciate all of you guys. And we'll keep you guys updated as we know more about grading and what's going on. But until then, we will chat again here in the next few weeks. I may be breaking tomorrow. I'll tell you, breaking tomorrow, just at a high level. Unsure if we will list a break. We're still talking it over. It's Cincinnati Reds opening day, which is like a national holiday in Cincinnati. So if we do, we've got a really special case of leaf lumber that we're looking to run, likely as a half case hit draft, because we loved our last leaf hit draft. So more to come on all of that, guys. Really appreciate you, and we will catch up here soon. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day.